Hello, welcome. This is the Daily Dharma. My name is Dina. Thank you so much for joining. And on the way in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It helps us grow the channel and get the readings out to those who most need it. So I hope this message has something for you. Let's go ahead and get right into our code cards, the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. Under the deck, I stopped the pre-shuffle with Divine Masculine underneath, conception, perception, fertility, empowerment, and passion down there, buried in the deck. So it looks like the masculine has his a full plate. His mind is full. Soul time, number 40. And I say his, but if you're new, all of our readings, when we say she, he, refers to that essence within ourself, and we are genderless here. Soul time, number 40. As you can see, we're outdoors. I hope you are appreciating the sounds of nature and enjoying the scenery. Of course, being that way, I hope that you will excuse any road noise that may happen or otherwise. Let's see what else. Number 10, authority. And change, number 12. So taking time to reflect upon your leadership in some matter, or even more so for more people, I sense that it's that feeling of being heard on a deep level, knowing that when we say something, it will be respected, regarded, and heeded. So if we ask for support, or if we set a limit or a boundary, I'm sensing here that there's a need to recognize if there has been a breach of respect. As I say that, I see 222 on the counter. So this may be in a partnership or in partnership with one other, but oftentimes this is mostly a battle within the self where we are not advocating for ourselves fully or appropriately, and there's some type of precedent that may have been set. And if we have been diligent and consistent in setting limits, and another individual is pushing those boundaries or not respecting them in some way, however passive aggressively or overtly, it's up to us to set that limit here. So yeah, it looks like you are reflecting on how to shift a dynamic where you're not feeling that your authority and that your limits are being respected. For heart chakra, I'm seeing that with the authority card here. There's a lot of green in this authority card. It may appear a little bit blue in the camera, but it is green. But there is some tealy aqua hues in this card. I sense that there's going to be some more coming out of this. I'm seeing a steering wheel, driving at nighttime on the highway, music, or even just nature music in the background, windows down. Of course, if you're on the highway, you won't hear nature very much, just the wind. And maybe that's what you need, is to blow off a little steam in some situation. And then we have root chakra, grounding something firmly with love. Yeah, so root chakra is our foundation. It's literally our roots, and it's our survival capacity. So this may have something to do with a misunderstanding of how to set firm, compassionate, empowered boundaries with other individuals, or how to require compliance and not to become complicit in the boundaries being breached. Let's just here we go, belief. Let's move into another. Yeah, still have these on the bottom: empowered fertility, perception, and conception. So understanding of how to believe in our authority in the moment, to empower our growth here in this moment. And I'm uncovering passion, tantric journey, consciousness, cosmic flower. Let's keep moving here and see what else is going to come out. Actually, before we get these ones, let's get our oracle card in the middle here and see what on the bottom of the deck. We've got Ivory Swan Goddess 15, talking about being brought low but forgiving yourself and being able to take that necessary rest for yourself and then to come back rested and replenished. So that's this soul time. It's like if somebody has made us question our own authority, or if somebody has tried to exert some sense of control upon our situation or our person. It's like this may have its roots in an earlier time where our heart was not as fully developed. I'm going to have to cancel a call. I'm so sorry, folks. I will call that individual back. So, yeah, there's some kind of a belief that was in operation and has been challenged here. I think somebody is challenging our confidence, our ability to feel good about ourselves. And with that root chakra and heart chakra, root and heart together tells me something very foundational is making us disbelieve in love or in our value. I know that those are some other chakras coming in, but it's like it may have affected us down to our ability to really thrive, our ability to provide for ourselves, to feel at home. We're getting a lot of calls. Are people coming and blowing up your phone? I don't know if that's part of the message or just says get going. So the Book of Changes in Maiden Magu, talking about innocence and our ability to withhold love for ourselves, to fill our cup first, as well as to not continue to nourish those who would. There's some harsh words coming up, folks. Don't take it if it's not yours. But, there's certain times where certain energies, whether they know it or not, or mean to or not, they can be like vampires, like parasites on our energy. And at first, what attracts them is our light, our innocence, our vibrancy. And then slowly that individual isn't able to match that energy. They're not able to take that from us and light their own flame. It has to come from within. And then this individual begins to subtly diminish the light that they once loved, and they still love it, but they're challenged by it, and they start to put out the fire. So if that's your situation, it's up to you to understand when love is no longer being served at the table, so to speak. And the Book of Changes does speak of change here. This, see how here she's withholding, keeping something back, it's like somebody has met her on the path and she's like, nope, I'm taking this to grandmother's house with me, bad wolf, or something like that, you know? And then this book of changes, see, she's happier, she's lighter, freer, she's got that harp or whatever that is there. She's got her jewels on, both of them do. So there's some type of harvest or something that you've perhaps worked very hard to gather these resources, this your independence, your own sense of identity has been something that you have developed within yourself. And this individual is, or situation, I mean, don't make it a person if it's not, but some situation, a growth situation, is coming up to show us where there's a little bit more that could be worked out through that. So the Book of Changes talks about yin yang. It talks about our ability to flow with the times and with the demands of the situation. I did bring my Art of War deck out, so we'll get that after we get one of these cards. And I do love reading these cards for you guys. One more split. Enter the Jade Temple and reveal the peacock beauty. That's beautiful. So the Jade Temple, I'm feeling that that's part of this authority, something to do with ancient, perhaps even you will resonate with Egyptian knowledge. The emerald tablets, I know emerald and jade are not the same, but that's what I'm hearing with this authority and heart chakra here. There's definitely something with the outfit this individual has on. It's there's something about a coat of many colors. Is that some kind of like a country music song? Somebody was telling me about that recently. Maybe that means something to you. I don't know the song, so I can't give you more than that. But it's talking about reveal the peacock beauty. So if you came from some humble roots, humble beginnings, or doubted yourself for one reason or another, or doubted your ability, or that your beliefs would be matched and met, there's the need to gather yourself in meditation, prayer, vision questing, whatever, that is going to help you to connect your heart deeply into Mother Earth, into this body, in this time, this space, into all those mundane aspects of the human dimension, to actually gain momentum with your manifestation here. It's like by feeding and nourishing the roots of where our heart and soul are begging us to go. It's like we know ourselves deeply in that point, and it's like being willing to show yourself, to be unique, to be the peacock, that very exotic self. All right, this is it. Let's see what we get here. All right. So under the deck, we have number 5, Guna Tantrika. I like that because we saw that tantric journey already. And the one on the back of the deck is Shining Lotus. So there's something here where you're beginning to turn more heads. People are recognizing something about you in some type of a way. And I'm placing that over soul time and heart chakra here. It's like being able to emerge and to show the self in a whole new way. And Guna Tantrika, this is definitely related to the root, to the chakra systems. I'm seeing those superimposed here on the discs, these coins. Ooh, Trauma Nagmo. Under that is It's an intense card. I've got to show you this one and then what's under that. Chinamasta, self-liberation below this. So this looks like it could represent the individual that we're dealing with. And I believe this represents how we keep our self-centered. Self-centered, huh? Maybe this individual is telling you that to take care of yourself is selfish. No, it's selfist, which is completely different and necessary. So let's see, what does number 5 say? Oh, and I didn't notice that's number 5 and number 6 from the same deck. So Guna Tantrika, the Divine Mother, manifests the cure for when we feel overwhelmed or confused, or when we're falling apart or locked in stagnation. She's the superior medicine. Even when we may not be sure what is needed to bring ourselves back into balance, she holds the answers. Don't mind that. It's just the umbrella flipping in the wind. I hope the wind isn't too much on the mic. Even when we may not be sure what is needed to bring our lives back into balance, she holds the answer. Tune into your heart, and there you will find her sacred prescription. Trust your inner guiding sense of what to do or not do next. Trust that a better order is being established. It's this change of authority. So, you're going to know in the moment where you can advocate for yourself or the situation correctly. So it says that this form of Kali, she is the medicine mother. So that's interesting. Remember, we're gathering that for grandmother in that Magu card. So the peaceful detachment and contentment in the moment, she's the fire of the Rajas, the energy for taking action and hustling for our sacred manifestation. When our actions rest upon a pure-hearted foundation, our activities can become enlightened, bringing spiritual benefit to all beings, even if we don't always recognize the positive and far-reaching impact of our actions at that time. So this is the heaviness that allows energies to settle, perhaps before stepping in the wrong direction. So if something is feeling a little challenging, like we're stuck in the mud, perhaps trust the process and allow that right action to show itself in time. So if we need to slow down, heal, ground ourselves, and regroup, this heaviness will help us do that. So it's a temporary inertia even, that soul time, the need to rest and relax. And then stills the momentum and allows for deep restoration and renewal, as we said. Let's see, where can we put this that it won't be in the way? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and letting me adjust my umbrella. So let's move on from that card. So the very next card is number 6, coming away from that medicine. Tromanagmo, she arises instinctively responding to a severe threat to your well-being, freedom, and sacred fulfillment. Her fierce form causes the impure to tremble and the pure of heart to move close. She is ferocious in her wrath against injustice. Dispense with thoughts of vengeance. Pray for mercy for all beings, especially those trapped in patterns of consciousness harmful towards themselves and others. Open your heart to her heart and allow her to attend to all matters of karma while you remain true to your higher self. I think that that's where we were getting earlier here. It's like rooting in that inner authority of who we are, allowing the situation to change around us and to go with the flow in a way that honors the self, that allows us to say, no, you say whatever about me in this situation, or you might be, trying to use me as a workhorse, or I don't know what your situation is, but to say to them, nah, I don't believe in what you're trying to tell me about my situation or about my limitations. It's like, you want to be, you have a great idea for a career or a calling, and you open up in front of somebody who's still not where you're at. They can't see what you're seeing. And who would this individual be as a friend if they didn't say, oh no, that's ludicrous, because it's going to take those type of friends too, so that we can say, please don't, should on me or tell me what my limitation is based on your limitation, type of a thing. It's like we can gently advocate for ourselves. And then there's those best friends that will say, wow, if you sat with that and you believe in yourself, and that's what you think, where your heart is at and what's calling to you, then I may not understand it, but I respect you for going for it, and I'll be here, failure or success, you know? So there's all kinds of friends. And it's up to us to not be swayed falsely based on where another individual finds themselves at that time. So I hope that answers that part. And I do want to give you just a little bit from the Shining Lotus card, because that one is also really great. My duck is up in my front yard. That's so weird. He's a wild duck, and he's got an injured wing. I don't know if you'll be able to hear him squawking. There are times when it makes sense to be discreet until you find your inner strength, so that you feel empowered enough to share your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs without wavering, even in the face of challenge by another. At other times, we benefit ourselves and others by taking a risk and allowing the inner lotus blossom of our true self to shine forth for all to behold. So if you've been hiding in the so-called spiritual closet, sometimes it does make sense to avoid sharing your thoughts and feelings about your spiritual beliefs and other matters until they're clearer in your own mind. But there are also times when hiding your deepest truths away from the world will no longer actually protect you, but actually can hold you back from living your divine destiny, shining the lotus light of your own soul and walking your path in the world. So this doesn't need to mean that you need to make a grand announcement, unless that's what you want to do. But it's talking about that there may be some type of call or need for us to start to share some of our ideas with supportive others, or to, if you're sensing the need for change in a situation, or feeling disrespected, and it's like, let's say it's a loving family member, and this is something that you're going to work out, there's definitely a need to advocate for yourself. So let's see. Oh, I was going to get an Art of War card next. Yeah, let's do that. Offer an olive branch is on the deck. I saw that in the beginning. Before you go to war over a trivial thing, consider the cost of doing so. Sun Tzu makes it very clear that war, even if successful, is costly. If you keep your temper, it's most likely that they will keep theirs. However, if a fight breaks out, keep your temper anyways. Fighting does not end fighting. Fighting is ended by making up. Give them an opportunity to stop the fight. So I hope that helps. Listen, assess the mood, then talk when the time is right. If you have bad news to impart or a touchy situation to discuss, be aware of the mood of the person that you're going to talk to. With practice, you should be able to gauge when someone will be resistant to your ideas and when they'll be open to your point of view and happy to find a resolution. Yeah, especially if you've been holding back in some regard, you may feel that others are not receptive to your beliefs, and you may come kind of more aggressively or assertively forward in saying your beliefs than you might otherwise if you felt that that individual would lean in and be curious about your beliefs. So make sure that you're in the right frame of mind too, and do your affirming talk ahead of time, like, no matter how this goes, I believe in myself. This is coming from my heart. I feel grounded. I feel secure in knowing myself and who I am. I've spent time with this decision, and I'm ready for this change and to implement this change with myself or my situation or with my partnerships. Only engage in conflict when all other alternatives have been exhausted. Fighting is one way to achieve something, but it's never the best way. In all relationships and all situations, there are alternatives to conflict in which there are no real winners. Sun Tzu proposes the use of deterrence, strategy, alliances, negotiation, and even making friends with your enemies. These are examples of supreme excellence in negotiation through life. I apologize for the noise, bear with me. Out in the country. All right. Sun Tzu said, "To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting." So, going further to connect other viewpoints and perspectives. And now, under the deck, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. I think we've covered that art of war. Disciplined and calm to await the appearance of disorder and hubbub amongst the enemy. This is the art of retaining self-possession. So, getting somebody else to not so much lose their cool, but to show their cards or their strategy, or to speak first, might be something that you're working with, or giving somebody an opening to let you know if they'd be receptive to something or not. Like, let's say you want to sing country music, and that's because that song coming up earlier. Maybe you want to ask somebody first, like, how do you feel about music? You ever listen to country? And maybe then you'll know whether they're the best judge of how well you sing country. For instance, apply that to your own. Here in the new deck, we've got Birthing Celestial. I believe with that conception under the deck already here, we've got some kind of breakthrough energy where there's a deep connection to some sense of calling, or a vision or a dream or a long held goal that you believe in, and that you may have put to the side for a moment due to life or demands or fear or doubt or whatever. And it may be coming back up now for you to put some energy into. I feel like this is connected to a celestial vision, something that's very cosmic in nature, or helps individuals here on the earthly plane to connect across dimensions, because we've got the root and the heart here. It's like firmly rooted, but also in practical. So taking care of the practical concerns of creating and bringing this evolutionary, transcendent project or goal into being. Right on the bottom of the deck again. That one's been coming up quite a bit lately. I'll take those two. And let's go there. So those ones, manifest, flipped in the deck. Don't mind my nails. And starseed with celestial still on the bottom of the deck. I find that interesting. hearing some nature out there. So yeah, I'm seeing this as some type of okay, I hope nobody's weirded out by this, but some kind of I want to say a channel, a portal to otherworldly knowledge and wisdom that's cosmic in nature. So this could be astrology, this could be astronomy, using those type of things like the Farmer's Almanac. That thing has been around a long time, where they've been charting the seasons, the patterns, and they predict how much snow and rain and heat and cool temperatures you're going to get over the course of your um, weekly times compared to zone by zone. They know and have charted the best time to both collect your eggs and to start your eggs for incubation if you want to have a good hatch. They talk about the best times to plant above ground or below ground crops, all based on, let's face it, cosmic knowledge. Um, but it's also earthly knowledge. We're paying attention to the connection between the two when we look at those things. And we think, oh, well, it's all the earth, it's the soil, it's but it's dependent upon the the sun, the radiation, the heat, the light waves, so many things. And they don't always get it right. And let's face it, neither do we. But probably we'll be right more often than the weatherman, at least in Michigan. I think I'm funny. So yeah, this star seed is like we've been given some type of a vision. We have channeled this vision, and it seems that it's for Earth, it's for Mother Gaia, it's to connect our cosmic roots deeply into the roots with Mother Earth, and to bring some type of crystalline um, embodiment here, and to change and to create pockets of high vibrational change in our world. Oh, I'm going to run out of time. Oh, two more. I got the right card again, and take flight. Write and take flight. Whenever spirit starts rhyming, there's some interesting magic afoot, so to speak. And I'm seeing divinity was the next card out. So there's something coming into fruition here. Surfacing is under celestial, and it's kind of tingling our senses. So if you need to take a moment here to get yourself right, to prepare yourself for speaking something into fruition with more of your friends, relatives, whoever, it's coming down the pipeline. So believe in yourself, because we're being reminded of where we wanted to go before.